Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. I did a few little things to the garage since my last video. I got a bigger refrigerator and I had to take the shelf down so that the bigger refrigerator fit right underneath the cabinet I built on one of my other videos. And I also added another vise on the other side of the garage. I'll show you that. It's a little bit of what's in your garage. So there's the bigger refrigerator. Fits in nicely underneath, and there's the vise. I cleaned it up, sprayed it. It was in my shed for years. I don't even know where I got it from. It's a Cleveland made in USA vise. It's got a little crack right here, but it doesn't really do anything because it looks like maybe back in the day somebody either switched the bolt to this side where it locks from the other side. So everything works fine. I bolted it down to here, not going anywhere. So that's that. Okay, so now for a Baja Beetle update. I picked up an extra set of hinges because when I was working on it, the hood hinges here, you can see right there, the hinge bent. Somebody's tried to straighten it, so it's not as strong as it was. And I did find these two at a car show. I think I paid 20 bucks for the pair. Right there with springs. I don't know if I need the springs because of the fiberglass hood, but still, all in all, they're good hinges. So I'll be using those. I also was working on the brakes because when I put the floors in, I had to take the one main brake line out that goes to the rear. So I put that in. I'll show you that. If you can see it down there. You can see the new brake line with a new grommet. Still got the tag on it. Going all the way across to the back. And if you see, there was a cutout here once before. Let me get that out of the way. There was a cutout here on the back. I'm not sure why, but I actually cut that other section, which was in another, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches opening so I can get to that brake piece here because I couldn't get to it from underneath. See if you can see it. The sun is making this really dark. You can see it right there with the new piece on it. I said, you know what? There's already a hole here in the floor, so I cut out some more. Decided to make it easier for myself and cut it out a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a trap door here now. I'll make a trap door. I'll seal it off. So if I ever have to get back under here again, I'll be able to get to this. You can see it better right here with the brake line. Now I'm going to bleed the system. Oh, also I need to put the pedals back in over here. So I'm going to finish putting that together. You saw in another video I took it apart. I got the spring right here. New spring from J-Bugs. And we'll put that right in. And this, also the wheel. So I'm going to put it together now and see if I can hook it all back up. That way I can bleed the brakes a little bit better and I'll know if I have pedal. Alright, we'll get to that next. Alright, we're going to get to this pedal now after a word from our beer sponsor, Heineken Light. Cheers. Okay, so we're going to take the spring. We'll take this spring. Put it on here. You can see the old one, wow, very thin. It's a very thin spring and looks very stretched. The aftermarket one from J-Bugs looks pretty tough, you can tell. So this is pretty shot and small, so I don't know if this is an aftermarket one or if that's original stock, but this one's definitely stronger. It's going to have a hard pedal, I would assume. Volkswagen clutch return spring. Oh, so this is for the clutch, not the brake, sorry. This is for the clutch. Tell you the truth, I forget how this even went on, so I'm going to have to look back at my video pictures that I took. This is the clutch. I gotta find a washer for this, and I'm gonna space this a little bit so it doesn't rock around too much. And this is the pin that goes here, that I remember. This pin goes here, and this locks this. Question is, how the spring go on? So we'll check that out right now. It looks to me like maybe I gave me the wrong spring. The old spring is got a straight hook. This hook is going a different way, and I could have swore it was hooked here like so. Which to me, this is the brake. This is a brake spring. What did I order? I don't understand. Maybe I ordered the wrong thing. I'm gonna look it up and get back to you on this. Alright guys, so I'm not putting the pedal together today and I'll tell you why. This here is the brake spring. This is a clutch spring. This goes all the way in the back by the transmission, by the clutch lever. So obviously I ordered the wrong thing. live and learn. This being the brake one, as you can see, it's stretched here. It needs to be all the way like that all the time. So I'd rather get a strong new one. So I can't order it on JBugs again because they charge shipping, and well, I'll look to see, but I don't know if it'll be worth it. But I can find it on eBay with free shipping for like $6.95. So I gotta wait a few days till I get it, unless I can find it on Amazon and get it for tomorrow. So I'm not putting it together today. So that's out. We'll see what else we can do. I do have, also I forgot to say, I bought a new, well it is new, but you can't get it anymore. I bought a sunroof, manual sunroof pop-up. I found it on one of the like the Let Go kind of app, and I paid $200 for it. It's brand new in the box, universal. It's a little bit smaller than the one that was in my 76 Beetle, so the Baja is going to have one. It's a little bit smaller, but whatever. You can't find them. I went nuts trying to get it, and I'll show it to you here. There it is, automotive pickup truck sunroof. It looks like it's from SFC Sunroofs, who discontinued these, I believe, about 2 years ago. I'm not sure. It's brand new in the box with all the paperwork. I'll video me marking the roof, cutting the hole, and I'm going to do all that before I put the headliner in. So I definitely want to get this in, or at least cut the hole before I put the headliner in. So I'll cut the hole, make sure it fits, take it back out, and then do the headliner. So there you go. I'm gonna have to go offline and see what I can do about getting the spring for the brakes. Obviously that was a fail. Can't do it. Also, I've been working on here the 2 rear wheel wells that I took off. This one was cracked over here, and I put some fiberglass on it. Seems pretty strong now. You can see I patched it where the crack was. So as you can see, I'm a little bit all over the place. Got the wheel wells off in the back. I'll work on those. Also, I have tail lights to put in them, teardrop tail light. So we're all over the place. I'm going to shut down, see what I can do to get ordering that spring first before I do anything else. And then I'll see what I'm going to work on next. Okay, guys. Okay, we got the age-old question. Which way does this go? I don't know if it's an age-old question, but it's my question. Does the longer end go towards the front or towards the back? Now, if I put it on this way, with the longer end here, I don't get much back, but I can get a lot this way. And the wheel's in the right side. If I go this way, it leans forward much more, which I think is what you want, and the travel isn't very much. And the wheel's on the wrong side. But I don't know what IAP did here. That's where I got it from. IAP made this. Everything is telling me it goes this way. Is that enough throttle for a Beetle? I guess. But if that's the case, I'm going to have to switch the wheel to the other side. So I'm going to put this in this way. I'm saying that the longer end goes towards the front of the car. If you know anything I don't know, please let me know, because I went on the web, looked at pictures upon pictures upon pictures, and it looks to me that it goes this way. But it also looks to me that the wheel has to be switched to the other side. Why is it wrong? I don't know. But I do not believe it goes this way. So this is the way I'm going to put it in. Looking at the front of the vehicle, that goes towards the front. Like I said, if you know anything different than me, let me know. But I'm going to put it on this way and switch the wheel. So let's get to it. Okay, this has an Allen key in the front and 10mm on this side. So we'll switch it around. Just the way we're going to put it on. I do have a washer to put in between to snug it up a little bit. I don't want to make it too tight because it'll bind. Put the pin through. Try to line this up. Push it in. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Long part towards the front of the car. Let me know. It's got a little bit of play, but like I said, I don't want to make it bind up either. But you definitely need a washer in there. I'll tap this in a little bit better also. I gotta get a little punch or something to do that. This. Okay. Here we go. That's done. Now I just gotta wait for that spring. I ordered it on eBay. It says it'll be here between Wednesday and Friday of next week. So I gotta hold off finishing this because I really, really want to put that new spring in. That's it for this for now. And we'll work on something else, like a beer. Done. Alright guys, so I got the correct spring and it should go this. Okay, so the spring goes in here. I'm assuming this is the right way. I'm gonna have to look it up. I got the hook facing forward. I'll double check that quick before I put this clip to hold it in. Otherwise, We'll take it all apart again. So let me check that out, make sure it's in the right way, and I'll let you know. Okay, so I looked at some photos, and the spring goes with the opening facing the front, so it clips around the back here, and then the bottom of it's going to clip onto that bracket that's on the floorboard. So that's good. Now I just have to add the clip back. What's the problem? It's as far out as they spread. Really? Let me put this back. Just want to let everybody know this was Alyssa's baby shirt. I've had it as a rag here for years. I have to tap this in. Rubber mouth's not going to do it. Okay, looks like it. I lined up the clutch here to the hook straight up. I'm assuming when you push the clutch, you're going to pull the cable. So that should be fine. Put this stuff away. Try to bolt this in. So I was watching a video because I was trying to put back the pedal assembly, and I couldn't get that hook for the, the clutch. I couldn't get the clutch hook hooked on. And then I watched a video from J-Bug, props to J-Bug, saying that there should be an access panel on the other side. And they cut an access panel, and then what they did was they made a little patch panel with 4 screws and patched it after they were done. So that's what I did. I cut the hole. So hopefully I can get in there now, though they did do it while the body was off. So I'm going to have to get my head in there. I got to clean up all of these chips, so I don't want to go in there now. But what I'll do is I'll screw in the pedal assembly and then get in on this side and see if I can get that hooked in. I should. It's a little rough around the edges right now. I had a really hard time cutting through that metal. J-Bugs made it look real easy on their video. They used a hole saw, which I did try, but it's not a metal hole saw. So it was dancing around, and I didn't want to use the drill bit in the middle because I didn't know what was inside that well. You know, what lines. I know there's a gas line in there and whatnot, so I didn't want to cut into it. So this did not work for me. I was a little scared of that. This is the metal, and I probably cut too high because it was double thick on the top and single on the bottom. So I kind of got into the thickness of the double. I tried my multi-tool with this metal blade. Forget about it, didn't work. I tried a jigsaw. I don't know if you can see it, but it made mincemeat out of my jigsaw blades. They snap, whatnot. This was the multi-tool I tried to use. Then I drilled a hole in all 4 corners. I did try my air grinder right there, and one wheel cracked in half. It didn't explode or anything on me, but it cracked, and that was kind of dangerous, so I got rid of that. And I kind of danced through the jigsaw a little bit, and then when I got close, I did use the air grinder again with a new blade, and I cut through 3 sides and then bend it back and forth until it popped out. Now I'll take my grinding wheel and try to smooth out the corners a little bit so I don't cut my hand trying to get that hook in, but I'll show you up close what I did. Maybe I can even get a video in this so I can see what it looks like for myself as well. There you go. You can see to the other side. You can see the round hole where the pedal assembly goes through, and you should be able to see the cable. I'm not sure, but I'll look at it after I record it now. There it is. So once that's in, I'll finish using whatever I have left of the insulation. I want to insulate the front firewall, cover up some of these holes. I don't know what they're for. If I need more, I'll buy another box, and I'm probably going to coat all up in here before I put the rug, only so that it is a little more soundproof. I took out the heater vents that come through the exhaust because I'm going to do away with the heaters on the exhaust and use an exhaust that has the pipe that goes straight up, like kind of the more Baja style, and get rid of those baffle things that shoot the hot air in here. And what I'll do is I'm going to buy a electric, a 12-volt heater, and I'll mount it under the hood and get it into these vents, because really all you need is the vents coming up by the window, which will take away any fog and heat the inside. So that's all you really need. And I don't really plan on driving it too much in the winter anyway. It's more of a summer vehicle and fun vehicle. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know how good the heat was on that kind of system anyway, so I'm getting rid of it. There you go. That's what I'm up to. Okay, so now I'm going to try to put in the pedal and see if I can hook in the clutch. Once the pedal's in, then I'm probably going to try to adjust the brakes or see if I need brakes. I don't even know. I know when I bought it, it did stop, but it was tough stopping. And also it's, 4-wheel drum, so maybe they just need to be adjusted, or maybe they need to be changed. I'm sure they're old as dirt. Alright, so let me see if I can get that pedal in, and I'll show you how it goes. Okay guys, I got the pedal back in with the new spring. As you can see, the spring hook hooks towards the rear of the vehicle. So the opening is towards the rear. So it hooks around the back, and I had a little hard time with that, trying to figure that out. And the bracket that screws to the floor is what actually holds your pedals at the height you require. Okay, so I got that. I put the wheel on it. It's all back together. The brake line is in, and I'll show you the other side and how I put the clutch cable back on. It's actually really easy once I cut the hole, and then it's got to put a little patch over the hole with 4 screws, and I have a access panel now. Okay, so there, zoom out. That's the access panel. Just big enough to get your hand in. It was a little bit of a, I had a hard time getting through it. I drilled 4 holes and then cut across it. Towards the top, it's doubled. I kind of cut into that a little bit. I'm gonna take the camera off the stand and show you. You can see in there or not. Oh, let's see. I'll take pictures of it as well. There it is. You can see I hooked it on, and then I'll put the little patch panel back over it, and there'll always be a little access panel to hook your clutch cable. Pretty easy once you got the hole. And like J-Bug said, they're surprised that hole wasn't there in the first place.